how about some questions from all of you? Yes. Like I said, moodiness, maybe some weight gain, especially around the middle. That tends to be where we accumulate excess fat at this time, at moving through perimenopause. Like you may not have had that before, and all of a sudden it's kind of accumulating around your middle. Um, definitely fatigue, low energy, which does make it challenging, right? Because sometimes it's like, well, is it menopause or is it just, me? And a lot of times, it's menopause.
I was just going to ask about, you said spaced apart meals.
Yes.
And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about that.
Yes, I so can. And so in the program that I offer, right, that the reason I don't say exactly what it is because there are several different ways to do it. One would be a form of intermittent fasting. Generally, wherever you're starting from, I always say a simple fast, which is going 12 hours without eating. So people I know it can be like, intermittent fasting, it's a fad. It, doesn't, and it doesn't work for everyone. Okay. So right off the bat, I need to say that, like, I'm not an advocate of intermittent fasting for everyone, but I have seen it help a lot of women as far as helping with blood sugar management, insulin resistance, and really stabilizing blood sugar is a big thing that we struggle with, I think, and that can be also a big contributor to belly fat and to the bloating and the weight gain. So I do it a few different ways. We start 12 and 12. And depending on your stress levels too, right? So if you're somebody though who's got adrenal fatigue or high cortisol or really suffering with a metabolic dysfunction, that's something, I talked about in the beginning, like we're in this metabolic crisis, right? We are starving for glucose and we're not able to get to the fat stores. So we continually, unfortunately, our body is processing glucose but storing fat, right? So we are now in that space. We're burning sugar for fuel, never getting to the stores of fat, which is where meal timing can really come into play and be helpful. Yes, I use a CGM, and I do offer, different protocols for different people. If you're interested in that, I go through it. We start with finger pricking if you're up for that. If you are somebody who's open to doing that using a CGM, we go that route. I've had both. But yes, I would have you go get blood work done and work with your doctor and then come in, and I would then help you. Yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, inflammation is tricky. I'm a fan of chiropractic actually, especially for hip pain. Um, I mean, I would work with you on this just to kind of do some anti-inflammatory, really work on that kind of a protocol, nutrition wise, and then maybe some supplementation if needed, depending what you're doing. And then um you can certain go if you really want to rule out anything, go get an x-ray as long as but again, if it's inflammatory, like anything like bursitis and itis, that's inflammation. And yeah, yoga might be a good thing too, or Pilates or something, like that, doing some more of that. And then certain strength-based exercises as well.